Assalamualaikum. Very good afternoon. So today we'll be discuss and share about the sport corruption and a topic that relate to this topic given to us. So as a moderator, my name is Amir Izzuddin Masli, and we will discuss this topic with four panel that selected from a Bachelor of Sports Science from campus Kota Samarahan. So the first panel is Muhammad Zaid. How are you, sir?
I'm doing fine today.
Alright. For the second panel is Daniel Hazrin. How are you, sir? Is good?
I'm good.
Good. Very good, sir. And the third panel is Muhammad Farhan. How are you, sir? It's good.
Fine, sir.
Oh, good.
I'm very excited for this program.
This seems you very, very focused for this
Yes.
topic, right? And the last panel is Awang Muhammad Yusuf. And how are you, sir? It's
I'm
good. Good. Alright, so today, like I mentioned just now, we will discuss a sport corruption, either it's from a general part or from a Malaysian part. So the first one is I want to ask Sir Daniel about I want to hear what is sport corruption from your personal view. Can you share with us?
Okay. In my opinion, sport corruption is understood as any illegal, immoral, or unethical activity that attempts to deliberate distort the outcome of sporting contest for the personal gain of one or more parties involved in that activity.
So, if you're from personal view, anything want to share in terms of Malaysian issue for the sport corruption? Anyone?
I don't have a nation issue, but I want to add on some point from
General.
Daniel point.
Alright.
Yes, the corruption in sport was initially meant to refer to any action that aims at and succeeds in earning money with distorting the outcome of sport contest by means of bribing and throwing a game for money or non-monetary economic compensation. So nowadays, corrupt in sport has extended to other unethical behavior such as distorting the allocation of mega sporting events via some decision made by sport governing bodies.
Oh, so that mean you more talking for a gambling side. Is it
Yes.
correct, sir?
Yes.
Alright. I was read from a Straight Times about that saying sport corruption in Malaysia is still under control. So, what is the causes for this sport corruption happen in our country, Mr. Zaid?
Okay, for my point of view, in our country, Malaysia, mostly we can see first is the bribery and the match fixing, mostly on the football games or other sports.
Okay.
So the corruptions in the sport industry is a pervasive issue that threaten the integrity of sport as an institute. From doping and match fixings, it is should be concern to anybody or any society to be more interested in sport policy, management, governance, and for the ethics.
Alright. So, based on the history from Sukma, that all the elite players from the competitive that always happen from like you said about the doping. So most of them will apply to avoid this issue happen from year to year. For me, for this issue still keep going because of the lacking on a few part, either or from organization of the tournaments, or like a producer or something that relate to this thing that can make this thing keep going and keep going. So anyone to add on for this topic? What is the causes that mentioned from Mr. Zaid?
I want to add some causes of the corruption.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, first is political instability.
Mm-hmm.
Political instability is associated with low corruption level,
Mm-hmm.
whereas the probability of corruption is higher on politically unstable environment.
Mm-hmm.
Lack of stability in the transition to a newly elected government is particularly associated with public sector corruption. Okay. Second is wage. Low wage and the resulting poverty in the public sector are also believed to contribute to corruption in some country.
So, now you're talking from political part.
Yeah.
So I agree with your statement because from a political part is also can reduce and increase this issue. When we're talking about the increasing this part is when a sum of political what we say minister or some guy from a political part that seeing this of corruption issues just a small matter, so it can make negative things keep happening, and then also from a political issue that when political side touch the sport also can decrease when he starting street from a few part like in terms of sport or doping or relating to this topic. So I agree with you, sir. Thank you very much. And now we want to touch third question, which is what is the current issue, either on general part or mostly from your side, like Malaysian issue about this sport corruption. Can you share with us?
Me first, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
Alright, okay.
So, the current issue that happened in Malaysia, as you know, money is the main problems in managing sports in Malaysia.
True.
There are so many contributing factors to this issue, and one of the main factors is the sport performance itself. In the past years, achievement of certain sports are not really convincing us.
Oh.
So as a result, it is hard for sport association in Malaysia to gain a financial aid from sponsor or even to generate income from the gate collection. As a result, most sports organization in this country are highly depends on the financial aids from the government to support their annual activities and development. So the financial aid from government sometimes seen as government intervention in certain sports association. In other words, indirectly it becomes a controlling mechanism where that sport association who receive fund from the government has to follow the certain styles and regulation made as part of condition imposed by the government. So that's all from my.
How about you, sir?
I quite disagree with what he said just now.
Alright.
As he said, it is lack of fun.
Alright.
But as you can see, the Malaysian Football League, they have the funds to manage the teams and others. They have the funds, but where is the fund?
Alright. So it means like something wrong.
Yeah,
with
there's
the
something
fund.
wrong because of the what you call the management. Yeah.
Alright. Okay.
They have given the fund, but for example, they have the 100% of the fund, 80% they allocate it to other things, and 20% they allocate to the football team. So that is one of the example of the current issue right now. How second one is for the technology. Tim J, he, you know Tim J?
Yeah, yeah.
Tunku Mahkota Johor.
Tunku Mahkota Johor.
Yeah.
Okay. In a statement, he said that he want to apply VAR in football in Malaysia. But there's a team that kind of, you know,
Need to follow.
need to follow. But some of them don't want because they say they are lack of fun.
Alright.
But you know,
Yeah. So from the last statement, I agree if the VAR apply in our Malaysian league because of we like I give the example last match that Malaysian play with, which is Vietnam, if I'm not
Yeah.
mistaken. Like a lot of issue from referee decision that can make a netizen shut up for the VAR system. Yeah, for me, it might be used a huge money. However, it might be huge from a starting and can make a huge also improvement and impact from our quality games and our sport management in terms of organization itself.
I agree with you.
Yeah. So thank you for the answer and anyone to add on? Also?
I want to add on about the money problems in Malaysia. As you know, the current issue is very popular amongst our club football in our country, such as Sarawak United. They didn't pay the wage for the player, so that was a little bit embarrassment for our communities in football.
Oh, yeah, I agree.
Yes.
Also agree with that. So, in terms of also in current issue, like we know, normally, in team sport, it always have transfer windows. So,
Yes.
as we know, in previous year, JDT is a huge team that also relate with like what we call it just taking star players. So most of them have a titles because of the star players. However, some of the issue right now is like people said when we transfer windows, the players play is not from their own country, but is for money. How about it?
Okay, for the part is, as you said, that JDT take the last year transfer windows, they
Yes.
get foreigner
Yeah.
for their team. Can you repeat your question?
So like I said, they play not because of the club. They play only for the money. Yeah. So it's don't care if they're foreigner or they're from other state.
I disagree about your statement before. As I see, not the foreigner player that are playing for money, but our player from Malaysia player also. They catch their target to achieve the money better than their club or their country. Not all of them, but mostly one or two of them. I don't want to mention the name, but
Alright,
if
it's
you
okay.
know, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I heard some
Oh.
rumors about it.
So so it means what is so from your statement you said like seems like you agree if the JDT still follow the rules of the transfer window and there is taking from other state. So is it say it means so?
Yes, I agree.
Oh, alright.
Because we want to put our league in the top of the world, because we are in the small league
yes.
in the rest of the world. If we import the players from the outside of our country, like from Brazil, just like what the name of the striker of the JD2?
Bergson.
Bergson,
Bergson.
he's from Brazil. Looks how he make impact at the center forward for the JDT team. He get the most goals.
So,
For
so it means there are have a lot of benefit when we taking either the local players or the import players. It's not about the corruption, right? So it means like what is JDT do is the right thing.
Yes.
Can I add on?
What is it?
Okay. So, for example, just now we said JDT get the star player, right?
Mm-hmm.
The reason why they can attract the star player is because of the facility also.
Mm-hmm.
As you can see, other team they don't have the facility that JDT have. They have like the what you call it, the rehab center like that. They have-
Training center.
Yeah, training center, rehab center.
Rehab center,
I think,
right.
yeah, like that.
A
They
lot
have-
of facilities,
Yeah, they
ah.
have a lot of facility.
And
So,
technology.
that is one of the reason why they attract good players and the star players. People want to complain about JDT taking the star player, but they give they give
What
it to
they
them.
need.
Yeah, what
Yeah.
they need. Just you see other teams. Other team, for example, Sarawak, they don't have the facility. They have only one stadium, which is you can see the state of the stadium. It is very
Old.
Yeah.
very old, very old.
Alright.
One thing I can conclude.
Mm-hmm.
JDT good in investment.
Yeah.
Yes. So there is no corruption issues on this club that you mentioned just now. If they still are on the right track, right?
Yes.
So thank you for the answer. For the next question is how to solve and how to avoid this issue that can make it keep going from the year into the year. Alright. So yeah, how about you?
Okay, so for me, the way ways to solve and ways to avoid from corruption is what which we know that we can't fully stop it, but we can
Yeah, we can control the
control
issue.
it. Yeah, okay. So first, that we need to raise awareness and do an awareness raising session for athletes and sport organization official. During this special period, virtual awareness raising activities can be planned, you know. And other than that, sharing of information between law enforcement and criminal justice authorities with the relevant sporting authorities, and that law enforcement investigation and disciplinary investigation should, to the extent possible, be run in a parallel and coordinated manner. So, what I said just now is that we need to raise awareness on the players and also the management, which you know is it can be fully stopped, but it can be controlled as what you said. So it might have a little, and it might have much in the future.
So I think this a good way, sir. But that is the impact where the political start touches the sport, because from the political part, it's not only about the management or the players maybe, but in terms of like we call it like from ACTA, our Malaysian, that might be started from a political people. So I think that is the impact when the sport are working together with the political organization. So there is another way to solve or to avoid this kind of issue. Anyone to add on? How about you, sir? Sir Daniel?
I have nothing to
So
say, but
so you agree with?
I agree with Sir Yusuf,
Uh-huh.
the statement he made just now.
Okay, for me, and how we to solve the match fixings in football. we need to raise our awareness about the situation in the football games, and also people also need to be more educated and training for the target groups, and it is include the athletes, their manager, and their coaches, and also their what do we say roles in the football team or the club. And therefore they are the key elements for this match fixing to problem the solve. The first thing is we can raise our awareness, like I said, and the second is we need to educate and the team, and also we as a supporter we also need to know
Yes.
if the game is like the game is fixed or not. They are
Yes.
playing in the
In terms of gambling, yeah.
yes, because we don't want to see the game like our favorite team can lose to a small team.
Yes. So in terms of the obviously happen.
Yes.
Alright. So anyone to add on?
Okay, I want to add on some points on how to solve or avoid this
Mhm.
current issue.
Mm-hmm.
From the United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime,
Mm-hmm.
it is stated that for the future it is recommended to periodically sorry for my mistake,
Alright.
evaluate national policies, practice, and national laws with a view to determine their efficiency and effectiveness in prevent and combating the corruption in sport and manipulate the competition. Other than that, it states that it is also recommended to enforce the national legislation criminalizing bribery and other form of corruption by preventing, investigating, and prosecuting acts involved in sport, and that this be coordinated when feasible with sporting bodies conducting related to discipline measures.
So so seems like there are a lot of way to solve, or mostly like to control, not to solve, like there is no corruption at all in terms of sport corruption, but we can control, or we can make another way to solve this kind of problem, either from a management part, or in terms of the club, or either from a political issue. Right. Thank you for the answer, and thank you for the discussion. So what I can conclude now is sport corruption is not what we think and what we see. Sport corruption is how they manage the things that can lead this kind of issue. It's mean like a sport corruption itself. Once again, thank you for the time, and then thank you for the info that you sharing with us. I hope we can discuss for the issue for the next time, and then I hope I can see again with you guys. Thank you again, Sir Zaid, Sir Daniel, Sir Farhan, and Sir Yusuf. Alright, so we might be end up for this topic here, and see you again. Thank you. Assalamualaikum.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. We are
Alright,
really
sir.
glad
Very nice.
for having this forum.